This is a really cool fairway right here, this dam. You can see it right here.
Please subscribe show. YouTube Cole Spivey. Yeah, man.
Inside here, so here we go.
Please subscribe show. YouTube.
Cole Spivey.
We call upon God not only for his majesty, but for his protection. And how does God protect us? There's ways that God protects us. Sometimes it's stuff we don't even really see. Sometimes he uses people, like in the West Freeway Church of Christ incident. He works through people in mysterious ways that we don't understand. Everybody, independently. Everybody, he does it in different ways. And I want to make this announcement today that if you have a problem with, I'm going to say drugs and addiction. Johnny Depp's trial is going on. I've actually talked to Johnny Depp. Well, I've been in the same room. I'll be honest, I didn't talk to him. But I've been in the same room with Johnny Depp. A very large room. It's a very large auditorium in the New School University. This is a really cool dam. If you have a problems with drugs, go to God. Why? Know that the reason why you need to go get away from drugs. The best thing to do if you're hooked is to get away from all those other people that are hooked with you. Get away from that circle of hooked people that are having problems with whatever drug it may be, and know that the reason why you have to quit is because of God. That right there is a pretty big place. That's called the Gaylord. It's a hotel. But look, drugs are going to give you all kinds of things. You're going to see a drug kingpin guy, a guy that's majorly dealing drugs, for example. They're going to be in a house. They're going to have a job, a cozy job, right? And they're going to be stopped in this state. See, my first fiance, Channing Freelove, was executed in a very serious way. It was a supervised execution by 2 gang members in Fort Worth. Her name was Channing Freelove. And it was all because of drugs. Now, Foster Harrington was going to dedicate his life to fighting that evil. I think the thing that happened in West Freeway Church of Christ, sorry, I just ate a jalapeno bagel. I think that is a reaction to drugs. And what are drugs ultimately? Drugs, and I mean almost any drug, not just illegal drugs, almost any drug is a form of evil, also known as coming from pharmakia, which pharmakia, the etymology of pharmakia means witchcraft. It's a form of evil that will never win. In a million years, you'll never win. And that little evil smile could be on your face when you're ultimately stopped and pounded on by God's great force. Remember, God can send angels. He can send all types of powers to stop you. Turn away from your drugs, whatever it may be. I personally have a problem with Diet Coke. It's a minor thing, but it's not that bad. As in soda, It can be, it can be anything. But mostly, if it's illegal drugs or any kind of thing like that, And even alcohol. Turn away from it. Seek help. Seek refuge. Find a way. One of my goals in the Please Subscribe show is to help not only people like that have no compassion. He's running that red light right there. But it's to help Linda become sober. But first, I have to not only stop that drug from reaching her, but the people that are behind it, which is alcohol, and the other people that are around that are abusing drugs. Because sobriety is a hard thing to not only come about, but you have to leave those types of people that are basically giving you drugs, okay, or doing drugs or abusing drugs. And it could just be mild stuff, right? Stuff that's in like gummy kind of stuff that I heard about. You will be stopped. Not only by me, but by people that are far, far, far more authoritative than you think. So if I were you, I would take heed this warning. Okay? That's the Oklahoma plate right there. And God does wonderful things when you put your trust in Him. And see, a lot of this is wrapped up in drugs because of my ex-mother-in-law and the evil, the pharmakia, the witchcraft, And she's just shaking her head, I mean, the Hells Angels, she used to ride with the Hells Angels. And I don't know if she's still struggling with addiction. But I don't even really take Tylenol, I've just seen too many of my friends be consumed by the horrors of that. I mean, I really say the worst it gets is like soda pop, when it comes to me. I'm like, I should, cut back on soda pop, less hot dogs. But I know that she had a problem with addiction during Angel and I's marriage. And it was tough to deal with because God had given me the ultimate. Not only had He given me a possible wife that would be faithful and loyal and obedient to me, her husband, but also she produced children. But I think what my ex-mother-in-law did was, because of the fact that she followed God's duty and produced children, then she had the right to betray me, right? And go get a lawyer and do all that kind of stuff. Like, she had some kind of right because she gave me 3 children, because I have 3 children. It's a good number. And that it's not a right. It doesn't give her the right because we had children. It doesn't give her any kind of special right to do evil among another person. And if only I could speak to Angel and talk to her, I'm wiser. I am a wiser man, and I do feel I'm closer to God. I was pretty holy roly when we were going to MacArthur and reading the Bible every day and everything. But if only I could speak to her, and then if only I could see my children. But I just saw this movie called Extortion, and it was about all this stuff this man had to go through just to get to his stranded family on this island. He had to go through all this stuff. So I just don't know how hard Angel wants to make this. I don't know how far, and I know God wants her to be kind and forgiving. And if she can learn to forgive and forgive me, I can learn to forgive her, and we can have peace. There can be peace, and I can see at least my children, at least a photo of my children. Or someone that's seen my children could talk to me about them. Anybody. And the church is so big, it's 700 people. 700 people in the congregation. And not a single person has called me and said anything to me at all. You know? I know there's like rumor of, you know, craziness or whatever, but it's not One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's just a YouTube vlog. You know, I don't mention your name, but if you could call me and just tell me. And I've done well-being checks, but all the police say is, yeah, everything's okay. They don't give any detailed information. They don't give a photo. They don't really do anything. You know, it's a sad situation. Well, good thing we got this umbrella. There's Alfredo's. I'm picking up some pizza and pasta, and it's raining. I went ahead and turned everything off. I'm gonna drop this one off, and I'm just gonna sit and wait for it to kind of chill a little bit. Be my best bet, and then I'll probably turn it back on once. I think probably within the hour it'll probably chill out a little bit. It looks like this is a lot of rain coming down at one time. Okay. Well, I got this umbrella. Man, it's really coming down. You can see some lightning right there. All right, we're gonna go in. Big time rain, big time. I'm gonna set this. Whoa. There. All right. This is the boot. And there is this. There they are. You can actually hear the rain hitting the roof. I do give this bathroom a thumbs up, even though just for character alone. This is inside the Italian restaurant Alfredo's. I do give it a thumbs up just for character. It runs like a Scorsese film. You can hear the rain just coming down. It's amazing. Oh, this is wonderful. Right here. And then this is the Dallas Mine News. Really cool. Thanks, y'all have a good night. Thought about coming here soon. Just like I left in Fort Worth. Oh, there's an Observer. Oh, cool. It's just called School. Oh, this is a one. Let's see one. Here. This is about time to take one though. Dallas College. All right, yeah, it's coming down pretty bad. Okay, let's try these. Gotta try some techniques here. It's gonna be a tough one. This is the height of the rain right here, so we're gonna try to get it in there. Now you can see the rain here. I mean, all through here. You got some of the sound. I left the actual sound on. Well, I left the camera on. Immediately doing wipe down right now. Now this is kind of, I would say, kind of the enemy of the delivery driver, because we're cats, and cats are afraid of water. But I'm just kind of polishing up here. It's a good time for a little cleaning, assessing. That umbrella's soaked. I'm just gonna have to stand put. I just want you guys to understand what we go through. And this is a tremendous amount of rain. This is like hurricane style rain, you know. But we're gonna let it die down in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and let you kind of look at it. We're gonna look at just this kind of plain little building while I wipe down. You at least can close your eyes and hear the sound of the rain. Just the amount of rain. Got a notification, so just give me a second. This area actually has a GPS problem, and they put some of these restaurants in the middle of the road, actually down the road from the actual restaurant. It goes for the Vietnamese place too. So we're gonna have to go back to basically go where the GPS is to show that we have arrived. So it's a little bit of work, because you got to go to the restaurant first, then you got to find where it shows the arrival, which is not here. It's actually about a half a mile down the road, in the middle of the road. I'm gonna have to turn. So we got a lot of fog here. Let's just go front, auto. That should clear up pretty. Now you can go cold air, which I have it on low. That'll just bring it right up really quick. Hot air, sometimes the warmer air will also help. It just depends. I've had like big time conversations with people about what should you do when there's defrost. Should you use hot or should you use cool air? You want to use a temperature that's different than the temperature on the window. It can be hot or cold. As long as it's a different temperature, it'll bring that moisture right out. Pretty sure. I could be wrong. Leave a comment. Especially the Swedes. I know the Swedes are watching. They're excited. Ooh, okay. This is stuff I can't get into. This is kind of stuff I cannot get into, because I have to be really careful. And after this drop right here, I'm going to take a break, because I cannot get into deep water right now because of the undercarriage. I did this before, and I don't want to do. I don't want to go in the same mistake again, even though I probably. Now, okay, look, here is where the GPS shows for that restaurant, which is Alfredo's, also shows for Pho One. So there's also one called Pho One, which is Vietnamese restaurant. So Pho One and Alfredo's Pizza will show about right here. I'm gonna have to so this Italian food from Alfredo's is actually going to Highland Village, which is 7.7 miles from this particular location. I'm at the location where it shows on the app where the restaurant is. The restaurant's not in the middle of the road. You have to actually go in the middle of the road and hit, oh, I've arrived. And then it recognizes it. It's just something you have to do for Food Empire and for Alfredo's. I didn't really even know you had to do that for Alfredo's. They just put all those restaurants right in the middle of this road right here. And we U-turn right here, and it's right here pretty much is where they show the restaurants are on the app when they're actually further down. And you can see I got a little bit wet. My clothes are kind of wet. I mean, I was able to get out of it, pretty quick. The umbrella, I've decided to always keep the big umbrella in the actual vehicle for good. I mean, so, because of these, you need a really good umbrella if you're doing this kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I do have to make oh no, I cannot go through this water. Okay, this is too deep right here. I gotta go around it. I have to make another comment about Johnny Depp trial that's absolutely, positively, 100% hilarious. Which Johnny Depp, I haven't seen this level of that. I'm not saying he's acting. He's being very real, but this side of Johnny Depp I haven't seen. But he's describing for 7 minutes the whole poop thing on the bed. I haven't got to it yet, but the entire shot is actually not on Johnny Depp, but rather Amber Heard, who has what's called a BRF, if you know what that means. It's a BITCH resting face. It's where her face is relaxed, she's very serious, and she looks like she could go off the handle. But just a very serious face. We're talking heightened serious. And Deb is explaining this poop incident, which just the title of it and watching it and listening to his perfect timing, if you were not to laugh, you probably were, maybe tranquilized or something. I mean, it's hilarious. Sorry, I don't mean to, drama can be in the courtroom, but it's like, this is, I'm sorry. This is, I don't want to say it's funny. Oh, I can do that. Sorry, I gotta watch out. It's some of it's, I'm sorry, some of it's hilarious. I'm sorry, I just have to be honest. It's just, what in the world? All the specific details of all these arguments and all this stuff. It's just like, this would be like a 4,000 page book or a 6,000 page manuscript on domestic, violence, mostly coming from, a man being attacked, I'm hearing that, a man being attacked by a woman, how could this not be turned into something somewhat hilarious? I'm sorry.
To the